Hello, and welcome to another transmission from the Velvet Revolution. Welcome to episode 64. We're on the letter L today, and my name is Ben Rice, and I'm joined as ever by Dave Noble. And you are welcome wherever you are, whoever you are, whatever you are, whenever you are. Thank you for being part of our conversation. And how are you today, Dave? Distracted.
I feel a bit all over the place, man. I'm gonna be honest. I feel a little bit all over the place, a bit scattered, a bit scattered. I feel a bit here and a bit there and a bit over here and a bit over there. Yeah, just my mind's all over the place at the moment. And gonna be honest, trying to squeeze in these recordings in a very busy schedule is quite a chore for me at the moment. But dedication to the cause, man, you know.
Hmm.
In life, for any kids out there listening, in life, sometimes you've just got to dig deep.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just got to dig deep to get it done. Yeah, I'm digging
Okay.
deep. I'm digging
Okay.
deep. So that's that. That aside, I I don't think I've told you this yet. I just was inspecting my greenhouse.
Right.
I'm gonna call it my greenhouse. It's not a traditional greenhouse, it's the hallway, which is, as you know, it's the glass, it's all glass sort of
Hmm.
hallway, south facing, very exposed to luscious sun beaming in all day, south facing in fair weather. And I've been growing various things. I think if I was a ganja smoker,
Hmm.
I would be basking in some very fine strain of weed. I
Okay.
really would. I think it would do well
Yeah.
in the fair weather, yeah. But I'm not. I'm not a ganja smoker, and but I am an eater of tomatoes
Is that your main dietary
and
supplement?
and various seasonings like rosemary and
Hmm.
oregano, and I think I've already shared about all this, but I'm growing. I've got an array of plantation, if that's what you can call it, in my hallway. Anyway, I've had this pot, pepper plant,
Okay.
right? And it said red. I'm sure it's red pepper on the when I seeded it,
Hmm.
which was back in March, April. Can't remember specifically when, but it was in spring. And I've been bearing with it. And now this is a metaphor for life, kids, anyone listening. Um, that I was on the cusp of nearly giving that away or giving up on it.
I was going to say, because it wasn't growing, you're going to give it to someone else.
I was just like, I don't want it anymore. It's not growing properly. It just didn't look like it was yielding what it looked like on the packet, basically.
Okay.
And I've stuck with it, and I have to water it a lot. It drinks a lot of water. It's a very thirsty plant.
Hmm.
And you get to know your plants when you've got household plants, how thirsty they are, and anyone at home listening, you know what I mean. And I was on the cusp of nearly giving it away. I thought, I'm just going to hand it off. Maybe you would have got it. I don't know. Right. But this morning, I saw a tiny green little pepper,
Wow.
like a micro pepper,
Okay.
like red, yellow, green peppers. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It's a little baby green pepper. Now I'm assuming it's going to turn red when it gets bigger. Maybe it won't. Maybe it'll just stay green. I don't care. I'm not like color is no.
Is that, are they like tomatoes? So they go from green to yellow to
I,
red?
I don't know. I don't know. I have no former experience with this stuff. I'm
Okay.
just I'm off the fly with it. But that has just made my freaking day. I'm so happy. I'm so chuffed that. So that is it's in a way it's very that to me that has a lot of meaning. I was just
Hmm.
about to give up on it, but I bared with it. I kept watering, even though it wasn't yielding any obvious results. And sometimes it looked like it was withering away, and it didn't look very beautiful. It looked a bit just like it just didn't look aesthetically like it was happy.
Hmm.
And I thought this is why I give them away for someone else to maybe give it new life and to love it more than what I can. Maybe it's the wrong environment. I don't know. Anyway, it's working out. It's working out. I've got a little baby pepper.
Is it on its own?
It's the size of a thumbnail.
And there's one, only one.
One. One lone thumbnail sized pepper.
Sergeant Tiny Pepper's Lonely Plant Club Band.
That's it.
Nice.
And it's there in my hallway. So I guess I watered it. I gave it some food this morning. I said, "Hello, mate. Uh, have one on me. Have a little slurp." So I'm well chuffed. It's the little things, It's the little
Mm.
things. So for me, it's symbolic of life. You know, you just got to keep the consistency, keep showing up for it, keep watering it, keep feeding it, even when it doesn't look like it's, you know, going anywhere or getting anywhere with what you're doing. You just do it anyway. And
Who's your
then and then
Who's your
one
favourite
day,
Beatle?
and then one day it becomes, you know,
Tiny Pepper.
yeah,
Are you gonna give it a name? You're gonna like your favourite Beatle? You could maybe call it
Ringo.
Ringo. Yeah,
Ringo. Yeah, Ringo.
and you could keep it forever.
Ringo Pepper. I'm not
Mm.
gonna eat it. No, I'm not gonna eat it. No matter how mouldy and rotten it goes, and maggot infested it gets, I'm keeping it as a trophy. It's my trophy pepper. So that's me. Well happy.
Nice.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah, you're putting the graft in, and you're getting paid with tiny peppers.
Yeah. So I'll report back. More will be revealed, as they say.
Mm.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I've been to my new gym again this morning, uh, which was fun. And what else have I done today? Eating some nice food. Oh, I cooked that buckwheat yesterday. I cooked buckwheat for the first time knowingly. I don't think I've cooked it before. It's a bit mushy. It's a bit porridgey. I think I need to experiment and make it a little bit firmer. I think I put too much water in it.
I think they need to rebrand the actual name of what it is.
It's not wheat, is it?
Buckwheat sounds bit shite,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Well,
It's
it's
not.
it's
It
got
doesn't.
what?
Well, it doesn't sell it to me.
No. Well, apparently it's very good for controlling your glucose levels and your blood sugar. So
We
I'm
need
giving it a
it.
go, seeing if I can get this diabetes under control through diet and exercise, um, rather than taking loads of medication
And sugar.
and sugar. So yeah, it was good. It's a good start.
Anything else?
I'm just trying to think what else I've done. No, I think that's it. I think I'm good. I'm good. I'm just relaxing into holiday life and just chilling and not taking anything too hard. I'm sort of the opposite of you at the moment. I really am switching off, whereas you're fully switched on at the moment.
I'm working, man, and you're
Yeah.
you're just one of them fucking lazy school teachers that that just fucking. I say lazy as in, you choose jobs where you get. It's a bit like Santa Claus, isn't it?
Yeah. That's
you're like,
exactly what I'm like. Yeah.
oh, I know what, I'm going to do a job where I get like a lot of holidays and I can just do fuck all for summer
Yeah.
basically.
Well, I consider this payback for all the times you used to have skating Mondays, didn't you? And I used to call you on a Monday to see if you, because I had some inquiries about young people, and you'd be like, "No, today's my skating day."
Yeah.
So you know,
Well, I've lost
it's
that at the moment. I've
yeah,
lost that. I've well and truly lost that. I've lost the handle on my. I need to reclaim it back. My schedule is such at the moment that I'm losing my those sort of moments in my world in my life, and it's I need to change that. Which I'm gonna. It's just the schedule I'm in at the moment needs to just. I just need to get the people that I'm working with on their way, and then I'm freed up again. So it's all relevant. But
yeah. See,
you got a big slab of it, ain't you, in a minute?
hmm. I mean, that's the difference, isn't it? You can. It's quite important as well because you can maintain that connection and contact for a period, well, for as long as needed. Whereas I will go back in September, and all these young people that I work with for 6 weeks will have just gone berserk. And so September, they come back into school having had nobody looking out for them. And then suddenly it's like, this has happened, this has happened, this has happened. And it's just a car crash in September. And you have to sort of regulate them again and try and get them used to coming back into school. And yeah. So
So, mm.
yeah, they are, that's the difference with this with with the school system and the fact that there isn't anybody that's necessarily looking out for these young people for 6 weeks.
And then they're not sort of young mavericks that have um, the elders around per se.
No, they'll be out on the streets doing their own thing.
Their elders are on the street, aren't they?
Quite possibly entertaining themselves as well. So yeah,
Mm.
everyone's kind of looking out for themselves. Everyone's in survival mode.
Mm. Do any of them end up in the big boys institution over the summer holidays, and then they don't come back, and then you're like, oh, where's Ralph gone?
Uh,
Oh, he's in
Broadmoor.
yeah,
uh,
HMP Broadmoor.
they're a little bit young for that. If they do get arrested, they tend to only spend a night in the cell.
Mm.
But even then, it's a bit of a. It tends to be they have to have done something pretty serious to get a full night. But yeah, it's not beyond the realms of possibility with the young people I work with.
Young hoodlums. Lovely young hoodlums, young
Mm.
mavericks. Right. Okay. Well, look. Any news? Any? I don't know.
I had a lovely open top car drive down the coast yesterday, or up the coast. Went to St Ives, but you were driving, so you kind of know that.
Begrudgingly so because I wanted to be on my fucking motorbike.
Yeah, yeah,
And so anyone who knows what it's like to be in a tourist destination, I don't know, unless you live here, it's like everything's descended on us now, isn't it? All the chaos.
yeah. Mm.
Yesterday was an example of that. There was many little kerfuffles along the way, wasn't there? And we're on these beautiful country lanes, driving around in the glorious sunshine. And, I'm not knocking anyone who's coming down here because they're all coming down on holiday. And I used to come here on holiday, and it's a beautiful thing. I come on holiday. But fuck me. Go on a driving course before you come here, please. Or go on a critical thinking course before you come here. Go on a common sense course before you come here.
Yep.
Say no more.
Okay.
Fucking what a bunch of horse shit. The maddest thing, right? I'm just got to share this because it is just bizarre how people, and maybe this is you at home, so if it is, sort your shit out, right? We were behind a car, right? A nice shiny car. You could call it a family car, sized car, SUV sized, big, bloated car. Um, Nothing wrong with that. But on our tiny little lanes, you got to know how to freaking drive, man. And what was the word I used? Restraint.
Yeah.
No one shows any restraint, right? Anyone listening, do you relate? Do you get annoyed at what I'm getting annoyed at? No one shows any restraint. And what I mean by that, let me give you this example of what we bared witness to yesterday. So we're just like on the country lanes. Now, thank God I got a motorbike. Can't wait to put it into real effect as of really today when it all breaks up, schools break up, and everything starts getting mental down here. But yesterday it was all starting to get a bit bloated on the lanes, wasn't it? It was just a
Mm.
lot of traffic, narrow lanes. No one knows how to freaking drive the lanes unless you live here and you know how to drive the lanes and you know the drill. The drill is you got to be patient. You got to have restraint. You got to know when to just pause and allow stuff to come past, or when you can go forward. But what you certainly don't do, and this is what the car did in front of us, was there was us, then a car, then a van. And in front of the van, and we knew this because we saw it, because we got our fucking eyes open and we're present and we're paying attention, is in front of the van was more traffic and more traffic coming the opposite way down the lane. And it was a little bit of loggerheads. So there was a little bit of kerfuffle and we had to sit there patiently. And on a motorbike, you just zip round it or you spin round, go a different way, down a different lane, right? This car in front thought that the van in front was parked. There's no other reason why he decided to go round it. And to the annoyance of all the other traffic, some horns were bibbed, and the dick who decided to do that move, pull that move, just caused even more kerfuffle because he has no restraint to just sit patiently, have the self-awareness and the fucking spatial awareness to know what the fuck is going on. That we are all waiting for the flow to go and everyone to pass. But oh no, you can't just wait because you're uncomfortable in your skin and you can't fucking just sit there in your car and wait patiently. You gotta fucking get ahead of everyone. Oh, fucking hell, I needed that.
There was I was reading.
You saw it as well though.
Yeah,
I'm just ranting about it.
yeah. There was there was something I was reading yesterday about, that you get those 7 points of what I've learned in life sort of thing. And
Nothing.
nothing. And they were talking, this guy was on a plane and this old boy was sitting next to him. And the plane landed and everyone does what they do, which is jump up and suddenly get all their luggage out and stand on the plane for ages whilst they're waiting for the doors to open. This guy,
Windmill punches. That happens
punches.
near me, man.
And this guy was just sitting there. And the bloke next to him that was talking to him said, "Look, do you want me to get your luggage out for you?" And he's like, No. He said, I'm in no rush. He said, "We're all going to the same place." And you could take that as we're all going to the same place, i.e., baggage reclaim, or you can just say we're all going to the same place. You can take it fully meta, and
Yeah.
you can say like, "There's no rush in life. Just enjoy the time and just learn to relax into it." So yeah, that's what that guy in well, the person in that car. I'm assuming it's a guy, but that might be me being really sexist.
He was a fucking guy, man. I could smell him. I could sense him.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. We have no idea. But look, it's just an observation. People do not know how to have a little bit of restraint and just fucking sit and chill the fuck out, man, and wait for things to happen. Stop forcing your shit on everyone else. If you're going to come down here, leave all your fucking shit at the door at home, right? We don't want your shit down here. Don't behave like that down here, right? This is a Zen chill. We're all jamming down here, bro. We don't need your fucking shit down here. And it happens year in, year out, man. That's why I got a
Mm,
that's why I got a motorbike.
yeah.
Um,
Well, we had the full contrast yesterday, didn't we? Of like St Ives was just holiday hell. You know, it was swarming with people. The beaches were packed. It wasn't even a capacity yet, was it? I mean, there's there's more people going to arrive over the next few days. But we walked into the gem store, and there was like peace and tranquility.
yeah,
you know,
needed,
needed.
needed,
Absolute contrast between the outside world and the crystals, the
yeah,
healing inside this shop. It was cool.
needed. Yeah, man. Anyway, let's move on from all that.
It's your pick today, and as I said, it's the letter L.
L
And
for lame,
lane or lame
lame.
and Lima.
Yeah, and Lima. If Lima was there yesterday, would have spat on that situation, definitely.
Are lemurs like camels? Do they have syphilis in their mouths?
No idea.
Is that just
I didn't even know
something I've
camels
made
had
up?
syphilis. I don't
I'm
know what you're
sure
talking about
someone's
there.
told me that.
I thought syphilis was something other related than that.
Although one of the kids at school was trying to tell me there's a ladybird infestation. I think this might have been last summer, and he was trying to tell me that they were carrying STIs. I'm pretty sure he'd found it out on TikTok, and
Yeah.
so it was obviously true. But yeah, a ladybird landed on me, and he said, "You've got an STI now, sir." I was like, "Great, thanks."
Oh, I don't believe that at all. I
No,
think it's
no.
a crock of shit. Right, anyway. L, L, L. Let me get the L's up. Right, okay, let me get straight into it, right? Okay, top of the list, love.
We have talked about doing a whole season on love, haven't we?
Mm. Lonely, it's Red Line, we've done it. If you haven't listened to us waffle on about that one, you can go and find it. It's there somewhere in the archive, in the database, in the library. It's all alphabetical order if you haven't worked it out yet. So, L. Lust. Loveless. Hmm. I mean, love, loveless. I'm sure whichever one you picked out of them two, it's going to be all part of the same package. Lack of. Lack of fucking decorum. Lack of fucking restraint. Lack of fucking brains. Lack of thought. Lack of patience. Lack of consideration. Lack of a lot of things. That's a good one. Lazy teacher on summer holidays. Liar, lethargic teacher. Loneliness, that's a red line. That's we've done that one. And if you haven't seen it, go and
Is
check
that
it
because we
out.
did lonely as well? Did we
Oh
let
yeah,
redline
hang on.
lonely and loneliness?
Yeah, we must have done one or the other.
We
I
did
think
a
it was like
double header.
yeah, I don't know what that's all about. Okay, all right. Anyway, so that's all the else. There's got to be more. I
We
feel
only done
like
two L's. What
yeah,
else have we redlined?
that's it. We're only on the third round.
Yeah, so we've done lonely and loneliness.
That can't be right.
No.
Anyway, I'm torn between. I like love. I'm gonna go love
Yeah.
because I just feel like I checked in with, you know, feel like I was getting on my soapbox about, and I just feel like I need to counterbalance that with love. So
Okay.
I'm gonna redline it. So let me just begin. very quickly. Love. The spirit and the energy for which I was relaying the observations that I experienced yesterday with you sitting by me
Hmm.
in the car on the lanes. It's with love when I say, but although I'm not the biggest fan of certain people's behavior and their conduct and what they put out into, it's like I'm powerless over that. I have no control over that. But what I do have control over is how I relate to it, my relationship to it, and how it affects me and how I allow it to affect me. Because I can choose. It's like, Ricky Gervais, whether you love him or hate him, I actually like him. And I think he's a very spiritual man. And he always claims he's not. But I think he
Okay.
really is. I think he is.
A secret spiritualist.
I just think he is by his very nature. We all are. That's the thing.
Okay.
But the way he talks and the way he presents is that he's not really like a believer in that way. But have you ever watched Derek, what he wrote about?
No, no, I've
Really
never watched it.
beautiful, beautiful piece of work. And Afterlife. So I think he is spiritual.
Okay.
Ricky, you're spiritual.
He'll be relieved. He'll be relieved to know that.
That's just what I think. It's my opinion.
Hmm.
And anyway, the reason I brought him up is because he's the one that always says, just because someone's saying something that might be offensive doesn't mean you've got to be offended by it. That's your choice. You're choosing to be offended by that thing. You don't have to be offended. Yeah.
Hmm.
And that makes sense to me. He's got a point.
Yeah.
So on the lanes yesterday, it's the same thing. When someone is being a complete cock, that I have a choice. Do I allow that cock behavior to derail my day? Do I take that on and then regurgitate it over and over? Or do I just let it go, let it slide, let it move on, let it pass, like the guy should have fucking done, you know? Or do I hold on to it? Now, when I was checking in about it and I was having a rant and I sounded like it was bothering me.
Mm.
It bothered me at the time, but you were sitting with me, it didn't linger. I had a little moan going, what a twat. It was an observation and we was on with our merry little day, right?
Hmm.
And then there was probably another little thing that happened a bit that further down the lane. There was another one, whatever. Because people are just a little bit fucking stupid at driving down there. And anyone that lives down there or anywhere in the wilds where there's tight lanes, I'm sure you've got your own version of this, right? But I feel like it's really important that we don't hold on to shit because we're powerless over it. Otherwise, you're just driving around getting angry. The opposite of love. You gotta come back to a place of love always, no matter what. Love needs to be present in your being, even when people test you and bring shit to your county or your front door or your work, your life, your relationships. We need love. Love
It's all you need.
is all you need. Love conquers all. Love is groovy.
There we go. I think that's it. I think you summed it all up.
Do you know
What
what I
is
mean?
what does love look like then for you? What does it mean if it's groovy and it's what we need and it's what we need to
It's
hang on to? What does it mean for you?
love is Austin Powers sitting on an airbed. It's the shape of, and color of a cloud
Yeah.
floating around on on a river of elderflower Kool-Aid
Right.
with little lambs dancing around.
Mhm.
I don't know. I'm just being a bit abstract with that, of course, but what do you mean? Be more specific with that. I need more.
Well, you need more.
I need
If
more.
if if uh, if you're saying that the person yesterday pushed you to a point of uh,
A rant.
a rant and an opinion, and you're like, that is an opinion. If he had, again, I'm going assuming it's a guy driving, but
But I
if
didn't,
he,
but I didn't take it personally. I wasn't offended by it. I didn't take it personally. I didn't think, oh, he's, because it wasn't nothing to do with me. I was just watching it,
yeah,
witnessing
yeah.
it,
But
watching it play
if
out.
he had heard you, if he'd have been standing next to you whilst you've been going, what an idiot, da, 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 da,
Mm.
the chances are he would have probably gone, how dare you, in a probably a more aggressive way. And he wouldn't have been able to accept the fact, yeah, actually, I was being a bit stupid there. So even though you could turn around to him and say, I love you, man. I love that was said with love. It's like you've made a stupid decision there, but I still love you. What does that mean? Does that mean you've got like compassion for him as a human being? You've got time for him? What is it that love means to you then? Is it
Okay. Love is recognizing, seeing someone aside from their conduct.
mm-hmm.
Like, I don't like what you're doing, but I fucking love you, brother. Does that answer it?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so
So
it
like
beca-
so like if I'd been the van and that guy was just came around me, and this does happen. I've had this so many times, Danny, because people
mm,
have not people, their behavior is fucking stupid. They're
yeah,
not stupid. It's questionable, but their behavior is. Maybe some people just lack fucking common sense, right? Maybe some people lack well, it's obvious. I mean, lack of restraint. That was the theme yesterday. People don't have any restraint. They're in a hurry. They're just fucking in a hurry, running around trying to get somewhere so they're not with themselves right here, right now. They're just so fucking trying to get somewhere. Like the guy on the plane.
yep,
As soon as your belts are off, he's pulling all his luggage out, and it's just like, where the fuck are you going, man? Where the fuck are you going? They're not going to open the doors for another fucking 30 minutes, bro. If you're on a long haul flight. Like, what are you fucking doing? Sit down. Have a fucking wank under your fucking pillow if you need to. Chill out. Sorry, that was just a bit for I was just throwing that in there,
that went quite
No,
extreme quite quickly.
but that's the sort of thing I would say to someone just to punch them on the nose, metaphorically speaking, to get them to fucking realise how fucking stupid their shit is.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? Maybe I wouldn't, but anyway, look, we're just having fun. We're having fun. I'm having a bit of fun.
Yep. So for you, love is like I'm trying to think of this the right unanimous. It's like it's big thing,
Unconditional.
unconditional. That's the word I'm looking for.
All right.
Yeah.
So look, I've realised this is what I think is the world over what is the problem. I'm not alone. There's some people that have realised that love, we all just we're all part of this, man. We love each other, right? We just gotta love each other,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like whether you like them or not, love them. You haven't got to like everyone. You haven't got to like everyone's personalities. You haven't got to like everyone's conduct and behaviour. But beneath all that, we love each other, man. We're all here. We don't want anyone to have anything bad happen to them. Right? Even the people that are nasty bastards. I get it. Sometimes you think, you deserve to fucking rot in hell. But that's not good for me to have that sort of attitude or thought or that stuff in my heart. Hatred. It's not good for you, hatred. It's not a good thing to hold on to. But like, bottom line, this is where I see it. I've realised I fucking like a lot of people. I love everyone. Yeah, I like people. I love people. But I don't get on with everyone because of their behaviour, their fucking conduct, their attitudes. But I can't change that. I can have some influence over it because that's what I get deployed to do. I have to work with this shit. And that's why I know at the bottom of it, it is a longing to be loved for all of us, a longing to belong and to feel our
Mm.
place in the world. And the reason, I understand on a very deep, profound level why people cause suffering because they're struggling. They feel really like they can't handle their shit. They can't handle their lives. So it's like friction. They feel a lot of turbulence in their life. So guess what? It ripples outwardly and they spew it on the world around them. And sometimes my path might cross with that. So I get a bit of fucking backdraft from the turbulence, which happened on the lanes yesterday. And it wasn't even directed at us. But if I'd been sitting next to, if I was the van and that car just pulled up beside me and then realised he can't go anywhere, but he's still squeezed in because the guy had no other option but to let him go past him.
Yeah, yeah.
And if the windows have gone down, there's an opportunity there for either a road rage attack or some sort of passive aggressive exchange or some words of just, hey, mate, that wasn't very clever, was it, mate? You little tit. And I say this with love, because, I know you're probably a nice, really nice guy, right? But that's a bit of a dick move, wasn't it? And, have a think about that, mate. It's how many of us can say, because that's how I would approach that. I'd do it in a way where it's sort of like getting a point across, done with a little bit of cheeky humour. And it's going to be received more. And it might humiliate him. And he might meet that with, fuck you, you cunt, kind of vibes.
Mhm.
Getting strong today, aren't I?
Yeah, yeah.
Uncensored, sorry, people. But
You've thrown yourself now, haven't
yeah, it's
you?
like, whoa, fucking hell. Whew,
Just get it out. Just let
didn't
it all
expect
out.
that.
It's like
But I need to go for a walk.
need to earth yourself.
I need to get into some fucking wilds, man. But where was I going with that? Yeah, but it's really easy to for that to spiral into something. So
Mm.
where's the love in it all? We've got to, how can we meet all behavior with love and kindness and compassion and consideration and awareness and spaciousness so that we disarm situations instead of fuel them,
Mm.
you know?
Well, I mean, it feels to me like it's like this extreme like range we've got between love and hate. And
Yeah.
it's that, the Night of the Hunter, Robert Mitchum with the tattoos on his knuckles. Let me tell you the story of life.
I'm not sure I've seen that.
You've never seen Night of the Hunter?
No.
There was a remake with Robert De Niro in that Scorsese did, and there's a new one on Apple TV with Javier Bardem. So, but he's got, that's where the love and hate on the knuckles comes from. Have you ever seen that tattoo?
Yeah, I know people who got it.
Hmm. So it's basically it's I can't remember the full speech, but it starts with "Let me tell you the story of life, people." It's love and hate and everything in between. but it's that sort of extremity, isn't it? Of there's something very, if you say you love somebody, it feels very big. It feels like the most powerful thing you can say. If you say you hate someone, then that also feels, as powerful, but it's obviously at the other end of the spectrum. And those sort of extreme, it feels like an extreme emotion. And uh it's difficult to find the balance, I guess. That's what I'm saying. It's like people sort of end up swerving from one to the other, or end up, full of self-hatred and down the like, I'm just gonna hate everybody end of the spectrum. And then there's other people that are just like, yeah, let's love everybody, everything just be kind to one another. But actually there's a healthy balance in the middle. And I think that's when you're talking about how we live our lives and how we respond to things. You started with Ricky Gervais saying that actually, um, that it's, you choose to be offended. You choose to be offended by what I say. I'm not being offensive. And there's what's his face? Who's the I can't remember his name. Jimmy Carr. Jimmy Carr does the same thing. He tells very offensive jokes, but it's like, that's your choice to be offended. You've come to see me. I can say what I want. I'm not saying it with malice. I'm saying it because I can. And that's what comedy is there for. It's just to push boundaries and to get people to think differently, and to think about stuff. And I think that's when you're
Yeah,
talking about love and hate, when we are unskillful, when we're tired, when we're unregulated, we tend to sort of veer to extremes. I hate this, I love this. There's that sort of extremity of emotion when we tackle sort of events in our lives. But when we're more regulated, we kind of sit in the good, in the middle, in the grey zone, if you like. It's like a good and a bad. Does that make sense?
it does. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. I feel like, what you was describing there, with the way Jimmy Carr, Ricky Gervais comedy, just that whole stage performance. It's very, it's almost like you're right. It has, it's got a license to be able to reach people in a way through humor that can really, like I always use this term, to punch people on the nose,
Yeah.
metaphorically speaking, just to, whoa, whoa. And it's, you can reach someone through that medium. And I I really am a massive fan of it. And I guess, in a way, when I say things that are a little bit, I'm not saying funny, but are just a bit abstract, or, punch on the nose, bitch slap kind of, it's like that. I do it for my work, it's a way of reaching people, because people are so, I could be so, I need to, yeah, I need to think outside the box a lot of the time, man,
Mm-hmm.
because everything can get so linear. And I think sometimes you just need to get past the linear to really evolve, you know? Um, so I like what you're saying. I like where you're going with it. And yeah, that grey area, when you're just sort of, everything feels pretty moderate, and you're not at one end or the other of the spectrum. You know, do you feel you've ever been sitting on one of them two ends? Do you
Yeah, I mean,
feel?
I think if I look at my sort of personal journey has very much been one of extremities. I definitely have existed in the drama, and that's kind of been my personality. Has been very much drawn to one or the other. I hate this. I love this. Really extreme emotions, and sort of spiking between the two, because I kind of get that little kick of adrenaline or whatever it is that's whenever I hit one of those spikes, whether it's a big high or a low low, then then it kind of reassures me, I think, as a human. And I find it very difficult to sit in the middle, because the moment I sit in the middle, it becomes quite uncomfortable. And it's like, I'm waiting for something to go wrong, or I'm waiting for something big to happen. Um, and it gives me almost an anxiety, I think. So it's in my life. I've been very. I have an ability to fall in love madly and deeply with things, and then to fall out of love very quickly as well. And rather than taking a rational, sort of more humane approach to both myself and to other people.
So in other words, it's an all or nothing thing.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Which is why I'm in the situation I am in now with with my diet, for instance.
Mm.
We've talked about this before, but I mean that's just exactly. I love peanut M&Ms. I love Snickers. I love any chocolate combined with peanuts. It's like, and once I start, I can't stop, and that means that my body has now decided, yeah, you've had too much of that, and now it's decided it can't control sugar properly. But it's kind of symptomatic of how I've lived my life. It's like, right, I'm going to do all of this, or I'm going to do none of this, and there's very little in between. And I've got to be conscious of that. Even like starting now and doing exercise, I've got to be like, I'm in the gym this morning, and I'm like, oh, I can do another hour of this, or I can do. It's like, no, actually, I've done an hour. That's good enough. That's all I need to do. Just little and often, consistent. But part of me is like, oh, I can enter the Olympics now, or I can suddenly become the fittest person ever. And it's like, no, that's not how you live your life.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Extremities. I really relate. I do. I relate. I relate. I mean, it's like what came up for me is bipolar. I'm not saying you're bipolar, but bipolar. I know people that have been formally diagnosed as bipolar, right?
Mm.
Now, some people have said to me before, like, fuck me, Dave. I've definitely had the multi-personality thing slapped on me by a couple of people who know me before.
Yeah.
'Cause it's like I'll say one thing one day and then another thing the next day. I'm a contradiction. People that, I've had people say that to me. And I'm like, I don't know about that, man. I think it's just like, I'm not finite, you know? It's transient.
I think,
What I think yesterday, of course it's gonna change.
but
Like,
isn't that being human and being able
yeah,
to accept yourself, is
yeah,
that my opinion's going to change. Like
yeah.
if it's not, then I'm stuck and I might as well give up now.
Absolutely. So I've never taken that on board. It's like take your fucking bipolar bullshit back. Take your fucking multi-personality, whatever you want to call it, back. Like I'm not having that one.
I,
Sorry.
I know some people with bipolar. You haven't
Yeah,
got bipolar.
yeah. And I know people that have it extreme and
Uh-huh.
moderate and just level one, fucking whatever you want to call it. There's so many fucking gradients these days. It's unbelievable. I can't keep up. But I know people, and it is that what you described, it is a little bit of that in there. It's like extreme fucking highs or extreme bottom out lows, and there's no middle bit. They don't know how to
Mm.
regulate the middle bit, right? Now, I used to be like that with a lot of things. And I know a big part of my recovery process from being in that sort of, one is too many and 1,000 is never enough of anything. Is to know the middle ground, the middle way, which we always bang on about, or I always come to, is the middle way. The middle way. you know? There's so many analogies and, metaphors for this. There's so many little fables, stories, little spiritual teachings. I'm sure the Bible's got a few. I can't recall any off off the top of my head, but I definitely know a few of the Buddhist ones. And I reframe one of them in my book. The log, be the log, be the log. Everyone at home, what the fuck's he talking about? Be the log, be the log. It's like the river. I've got to try and recall it now. All right, okay, here we go. So
Mm-hmm.
the river of life,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's a free-flowing stream of consciousness, the river of life. We are all in it, right?
Very Lion King. It's nice.
And the river of consciousness, this free-flowing river, sometimes it's got like the rapids, the white waters, and it can be quite turbulent, is the right word. Yeah, there's a lot of swells and it can get quite wild and scary. And at other times it's calm and it appears to be still like water. Bruce Lee. Have you seen that documentary?
Love
Really,
it.
really good,
Yeah.
right? So this all points to it because Bruce Lee obviously studied martial arts, very spiritual practice. It's very centered in what we're talking about. So the stream, the river, sometimes it can be wild and treacherous, and sometimes it can be still and harmonious. And that is life. And the aim of the game is where are we placed in that? Well, our log, the log, think of a log, you know, wood, wooden log.
Okay.
We are the logs on the
Just
river.
sometimes, you do get obsessed by toilet turds and things like that. So it's not that kind of log.
All right, you're a floater, right?
Float.
You're a floater. You're a
Yeah.
piece of
Floating
poo,
log.
a floating log, however you see it, right? That has buoyancy.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Sometimes the log might go under and it appears to be submerged, but it's always going to surface to the top again. All right. It's very resilient.
Full of fiber.
And the way the Buddhist monks teach it is that the log sometimes will land on the riverbanks, right? Because it's the nature of the log. It will get crashed about in the river. When it's turbulent, it might land on one of the riverbanks. Now, on one side of the riverbank is happiness. On the other side of the riverbank is sorrow and sadness. Or you could reframe it and say, on one side of the riverbank is love, and on one side of the riverbank is hatred and disharmony and discord, right? And us fucking humans, the log, what we don't do, which the log is able to do, is when we land on happiness or love, all the good stuff, we cling on to it. We don't want it to end. We cling on to it. But unfortunately, because this is the way of life, unless anyone can disagree with me, we don't stay there forever. It's not the nature of it. And we go back into the stream of consciousness. And guess what? We end up on the other side of the bank. We lose sight of love and happiness and all the good stuff. We end up on the other side of the riverbank. And we get clinged on to all the other stuff, right? But the thing is, we don't want to be on that one. We don't want anything to do with it. And we'll do anything we can to avoid it, to deny it. I don't want that fucking side of the riverbank. I want to be on that side. And we'll do anything and we chase that side. That's us mad, crazy fucking humans. And we're so caught up in that that we don't get to where the river's going, which is the vast ocean, the infinite, vast, massive, abundant, free flowing ocean called Nirvana, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, right. We're too busy getting caught up in being happy, not being happy, being high, being low, you know, being intoxicated, being on a come down. We're grasping, we're attached, addicted, obsessed, distracted. Now the log just lets go. It doesn't cling. It doesn't attach. It's not addicted. It just knows because the log is wise and it just doesn't attach. It knows that when it's on happiness, it's okay. Embrace it, but don't attach because I need to let go and just go back into the stream and see where I end up. And guess what? The log's going to end up on unhappiness and it's not going to feel great sometimes. But that's all right. Embrace. Don't attach because it's wise. It knows it's going to keep on floating and it knows where it's going. And that is the middle way. That's the middle way. That's the grey area of the two extremes, the polarized extremes of love, hate, happiness, sorrow, sadness. And us mad fucking humans, we need to learn that. They should teach that in school. That's what I think. Be the log.
Don't get stuck on the bank. Just
Yeah.
enjoy the journey. Just enjoy floating down the river.
Stop attaching, stop grasping.
Mm. It's that lack of non-permanence, isn't it? Is that we get attached to stuff, to people, to things, rather than enjoying the experience of being on that journey, of having experiences, of having moments, of just being in that time and being present. And we are either reflecting on stuff that's gone badly in the past or stuff that could go wrong in the future. And the bottom line is we can't control that. We don't. Well, the past can't be changed, and the future is not yet written. So we have to be in a situation where we are as present as we can possibly be and accept what is happening. And it's a very difficult place to put yourself. It's a very difficult mindset to get into, is not letting the past or the future affect where you're at.
The only way you can access the middle way and be the log is when you meditate.
Okay.
And meditate doesn't have to be so formal. It doesn't have to be like I've got to sit on a cushion and, chant and burn incense and sit in a lotus position. Meditation is training your mind to be present, to have mindfulness, to be the observer of your experience, be present in that and not be distracted and disconnected from your sense of where you're positioned in your experience, in the consciousness part. And there's so many ways to train your mind to do that. Maybe it's gardening, it's very meditative. Maybe it's cooking, very meditative. I'm not saying do cooking whilst writing your shopping list for next week and I don't know, doing some painting with your right foot, and then your left hand you're on your fucking feed on one of these social medias, and then you know, not that. It's just being really present in the moment with what you're
Depends how
doing.
bad your ADHD is and how many things you need to do at once.
Yeah, yeah. Well, ADHD is a big problem in the world at the moment. We're living in a very ADHD world, because of tech. So
Mm.
this is the problem. We're going against, what we're talking about is going against the stream of the world we live in. It's just a really tough environment to find the stillness of mind, the meditative, you know, attitude that we need, required to be in that middle way, the log. You know, it's really, really hard. We have to train ourselves. We really have to detach from a lot of stuff to be able to create an ecosystem that we can be in to experience what I'm describing and what I know I use in my own life day to day. And I can have, unfortunately, I come in and out of that because things take me away from that. But I always come back to it. You know, I've been doing it for long enough to know that I can always return to it, and I know when I'm in it and when I drift out of it. But I just catch myself and I come back to it. You know, I have to forcefully, sometimes have to really, pull myself back into being conscious. It's really easy to drift.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think that's my understanding of meditation is that everyone thinks it's about quietening the mind and stilling the mind and having nothing in it. From
Yeah.
my understanding, and this is only my opinion. It's about acknowledging that you're going to have noise and you're going to have thoughts, but it's about how quickly you can return back to the present. And I think I look at my life and I look at the noise and the drama that has been created in my life. And what that does, it takes me away from focusing on me. So if I if I'm caught up in some turbulent relationship where it's all arguments and next minute you're totally in love and there's no sort of just existing together or just being together. It's I can look at a lot of my relationships in my life and it's this that I'm attracted to that sort of turbulence, that drama, that excitement of those extremes. And it's like how quickly can you return back to a normal. And for a lot of my life I didn't want to be in the normal, because if I was in the normal, then I'd have to focus on the fact that I'm not doing any exercise, I'm not eating right, I'm not earthing myself, I'm not doing any meditation, I'm not focusing on me being present in that time. I'm focusing on all the other stuff, all the distractions that I can find in life. The extremities of love, the extremities of hate. I can exist in that because that's much easier than going, oh, what do I need for me to exist well? And and that is the battle or the journey of life, I think, is as we get older, as we get more experience, we work out, one, who we are, two, what our voice is, and three, how we return to that more quickly and we don't get sort of knocked off our path or our journey. Whereas when we're younger, it's very easy to go, oh, look, there's something really shiny over there, I'm going to go towards that. Or
Mm,
that, oh, look at that temptation over there, I'm going to go and do that for a period of time.
mm,
And to have that steel, that sort of focus, that sort of drive when you are much younger is much more difficult. And I think the distractions, uh, the sort of things to tempt us that are on the path now when we're young, as young people, is much more prevalent, I guess, because it's much more available, because it's
mm,
there, it's everywhere, it's in tech, you can see all these things, all these shiny possibilities, and it's almost too much for a lot of young people to cope with. Is my experience of seeing how young people are coping with the modern world. They're just sort of, it's too much. That it's like they just shut down. It's,
mm.
it's it's easier to shut down than it is to try and cope with it all.
Yeah, it's overwhelm,
Yeah.
overload, overwhelm. Yeah, yeah. What do you reckon is the answer?
I thought love was the answer.
Well, It sounds like an easy premise, but a hard one for some.
Mm,
How What does a robot say about it? I'll be interested to know what a fucking robot says about
what is love?
LOVE. I'm just gonna look in the big book of words.
What is love?
Can you ask the robot? Can you
Isn't
ask the
that a D
robot?
Light song?
Don't know. Can you ask the robot if it's ever felt love?
What is love is a song by Hadaway, a
Is that what the robot
Trinidadian
says?
a Trinidadian singer, released as his debut single from his debut album, The Album, 1993. Do
God,
you
that's
remember? Do
classic. Yeah, I
you
remember
remember
that.
that?
Yeah, I do
What,
remember that. God,
what is love?
yeah,
Baby, don't hurt me.
that really brings it back. Oh,
That is the answer that the robot is given. There you go. Hadaway is the answer to everything.
is that what the robot's saying?
Yeah,
Go on, what does it say?
yeah. It's given Hadaway. It's like the top.
No, 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 no. Ask the robot, do you actually know what love is? Just tell it that.
Do you
Actually, make sure you say actually
actually
know what love is.
know what love is? Knowing what love is depends on whether you mean experiencing it through a biological nervous system
Oh, he's
or,
sidestepping. A robot's sidestepping. Just answer
or
the fucking
understanding its
question, mate.
definition through human culture, art, and science. While
Yeah.
humanity explores love as a mix of intimacy, passion, and commitment, the concept remains a deeply personal and felt experience.
So it can answer it, obviously, because it's just a fucking robot. Right, okay. So let me see what the robots over here in this big book say. Right, love. There's a few examples.
Are
What?
any of them? Have any of them got anything to do with Hadaway?
No,
No. Okay.
because the robot's fucking clutching at straws. It's grasping. It's fucking it ain't got a clue what it's doing. It's out of its depth. So I had to just go, right, what can I answer this with? Right, okay, love.
It is Spock.
Fucking spot my ass. Right, number one, love. Example, a strong feeling of affection. I think we all know that one, right? Hopefully everyone knows that one. Two, a strong feeling of affection linked with sexual attraction. Hmm, really? Let's land on that a minute. Love, a strong feeling of affection linked with sexual attraction. So basically, I really want to jump on that. I think I love her. No, that's me translating what the book's saying
Yeah, yeah.
in street lingo.
I think that's lust. From my personal experience,
A strong feeling of affection linked with sexual attraction.
like if you're sexually
Right,
attracted,
so
sexually attracted to someone, a lot of the time it's lust.
so this is where I think this book is a little bit not necessarily savvy,
I
right?
do
Because
wonder whether a lot
this
of the people that write those books have ever felt a strong feeling of affection or
right,
attraction.
I couldn't possibly comment on that one. I do have an opinion on a lot of stuff. So let's land on this. I want to land on it a little bit more. Right, a strong feeling of affection linked with sexual attraction. Anyone listening? What do you reckon? Right, have a think about this. Have you ever, have you ever had a strong feeling of affection linked with sexual attraction? Have you ever really gone, I fucking love you, man? Now I know I can only speak for guys, right? And you're gonna have to bear with me, people, on this because I'm just gonna have to be honest about it, right? So please forgive me if I'm just being too forward, but fuck it, right? I've got a suspicion. that there's a few people out there that might have done this old scenario. And I'm not saying I've done it, but I'm just putting it out there, right? So you've got this. Let me set the scene, right? You've had a few sherbets, right? You're a
Okay.
little bit hammered, right? And you're out. Let's set the scene. You're in where are you? You're in Blackpool, right? And you're with your mates. You're out on the lash, and there's a hen night. Load of girls out there, right? And they're on the lash and all. And everyone's a bit tipsy, right? And you're having a bit of a dance and a boogie and a bit of a flirt, and you're doing a bit of eyeballing, and you see someone that takes your fancy, right? So in the book it says, what does it say? A
I
strong
can't.
feeling, a
I
strong
can't say
feeling.
the word tipsy seriously because of James Acaster. Because he
Who's
talks about this idea of another comedian about the idea
uh,
of being blind tipsy.
tipsy?
No one
Yeah,
says, like I was
right.
so tipsy.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah,
like this sort of
yeah,
word we use, which is just
yeah.
ridiculous.
Well, let's keep with that because I think it's quite cool.
Okay, so you're blind tipsy,
You're fucking blind. You're smashed tipsy, right? You're
right?
absolutely blackout tipsy, right?
Hmm.
No, you're not blackout. You completely know what's going on, and more importantly, the girls that you're with, they know what's going on. So it's all above board, and there's no fucking foul play, no dodgy shit, right?
Okay.
So let's keep this clean,
Hmm.
right? But you see the girl of your dreams through your fucking tipsy lenses that you're seeing things, right? And you see the girl of your dreams, right? This woman, and she's like, wow. You think, wow. You're giving her her eyeball across the dance floor, and she's just bouncing around, dancing with her mates. And you're like, and you have this sudden jolt of, well, it says here a strong feeling, but I'm going to say a sudden jolt of affection linked with the sexual attraction, because you obviously think, yeah, it's on, it's go time.
I love that.
Yeah, right. Now let's just fast forward a minute. So you're now talking to her, and you've got her a drink.
Hmm.
And this is like anyone at home. I want to know if people have done this. And obviously, you're not going to come forward to say it. But if you want to sling us fucking some comments, please do share away. But this isn't this part of what all boys, girls, men, women will do. It's this courting thing. It's the peacock dance. It's like all animals do it, but we seem to coexist in fucking pubs, bars, clubs. Social situations where there's alcohol flowing. And we see things through a fucking warped lens, right? So it's the same for you ladies. You might see the man of your dreams, right, through these lenses, these tipsy lenses, and you're like, oh my God, I'm in love. I'm in fucking love. That's the woman I'm going to marry, right? But she's like, of course, she's been how she should be, playing like, not easy. I'm not going to fucking just throw myself at this guy. I'm going to make him work for it. And sometimes work for it means saying things that you might not mean at this stage in the fucking in the game, you know? And it's like, I really like you.
Hmm.
I think you're beautiful, and doing it all proper. It's like what I'm trying to get at is love is a word that can get thrown around to get things sometimes.
Right. Okay.
That's where I'm going with that. I'm trying to keep it all clean. I could have got really into one, but I just had to pull myself back because I know where I can go with this shit. But do you know what I mean? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Mm.
It's like, if it means getting the candy, you'll marry him. You'll get down on one knee and marry him if it means getting to third base before you've even thought about it through a sober mind that you might not even want to get to first base, which is your first date, to figure out whether you actually like them. Now, that's one scenario. And of course, the backdrop of that is Blackpool Pier, booze, being very tipsy. Is that a common scenario, do you think?
Yeah, I'd say it's the most common scenario.
Because I've got a theory that a lot of people in the parts of the world that are very culturally enthusiastic about getting fucking well tipsy, right? And let's be clear. Let's remove the word tipsy from it. Well fucking mullered,
Mhm.
right? Levered, hammered, yeah? Bent out of shape, bollocksed, right? We do things in reverse. The right thing to do is be a gentleman. Ask someone out on a date, right? I I would like to ask you out on a fucking date. Would you like to go out on a date? Yeah, I'd love to go on a date. Okay, great. Let's do it. First date. Really enjoyed that. Would you like to do it again? Yeah. Go on another date. No
Mhm.
rush. Be the log. Be the log.
Yeah.
Don't be the fucking dick on the country lane trying to fucking get to third base. Yeah? Have some fucking restraint. So you go on your fourth date. Can I put my arm around you? Yeah, go on then. Thanks. Right? You get the idea, right? So,
Yeah. Yep.
and then you end up at a point where through sober lenses. Now, I'm not saying you've got to not drink. I'm saying just not be fucking well tipsy because you've got no fucking clarity. You've got no rationality. It's all warped sense perspective. So rewind to the scenario I said in Blackpool. That's kind of how it all plays out a lot of the time. So some of you at home are probably married to someone who you met at Blackpool. I'd fucking laugh my head off if anyone is sitting and go, oh my God, we did meet at Blackpool on the fucking dance floor.
And we've been married 40 years and
And
it's
I proposed
amazing.
to her on that night because I was just fucking was so in love with her. And and maybe that is the reality. Maybe some people are really very much in love with each other still, and that's how it plays out. Who the fuck am I to know that? Like, it could really be like that. But I think the reality of the situation is that we end up fucking steaming in with no restraint because we're fixated on, you know, on what we think is going on. We're led by our um, we're led by things that aren't necessarily the right things.
Mhm.
And we send a missile, metaphorically speaking, out of the submarine too fast. A heat-seeking missile, a heat-seeking, lust-fueled
Bomb.
missile.
Lust
Love,
bomb.
lust
Love
bomb.
bomb.
Love bomb. We love bomb people.
Yeah.
That's a fucking real thing. So
Mm.
anyone's done a bit of therapy around love addiction or sex addiction will know love bombing. It's a real thing. Love bombing. Do you know anyone that love bombs? You know, just showering you in fucking shit all the time. Not shit, but like
Good shit.
get gifts. It's
Hmm.
just a bit sort of like, oh my God, like love bombing. Some of you might have, some of you might be a single child and you've had parental separation and you got love bombed from either side. I know some that had that and they were fucking Christmas Day were love bombed. It's like a competition. It's competition who loves Johnny the most. His name wasn't Johnny, by the way. And do you know what I mean? This is what I'm saying is I'm exploring something that I don't know, I felt compelled to explore. Now, have I done this? Of course I fucking have. Didn't get married. But I definitely saw things through a tipsy lens and did things the wrong way round. And you end up living with someone, talking about fucking babies and engagement, and you haven't even done the fucking first, second, third date yet, kind of thing. It's all topsy turvy. because I didn't know what the fuck love was.
But
And true love, what love actually is. And in the book, the only reason I'm saying all this shizzle is because of what came up, which was a strong feeling of affection linked with sexual attraction. And I just don't think I'm struggling to say that, I'm struggling with that one. Because
okay,
that's where I went with it, what I just said.
yeah, yeah. Well, I think there is like this is what I mean about love being such a major topic in terms of there's so many variations of love. Is it the Eskimos that have like 26 words for snow or whatever?
Do
I'm
they?
sure.
It's because they got fuck all else to talk about.
But I can't. I think it might be Japan, but
I don't want to offend the Eskimos.
no.
That was harsh that I said that, but
Yeah,
I'm
it's a
guessing,
harsh life being an Eskimo as well, I
yeah.
imagine. But I think it's Japanese language, but it was the seven different words for love, or seven different variations for love, and this idea that you can love someone unconditionally also gets mixed up, I think, in this idea of sexual attraction, and it's a weird balance in terms of you've got to be sexually attracted to someone to fall in love with them, I think, uh, to form a relationship if it's, that kind of relationship. But you also can obviously fall in love with people and not be sexually attracted to them as well. So it's it's caught up in there, but it's also it's a really difficult one to unpick, I think, because it's as you said, it's it's very easy on a night where your senses may not be fully engaged to end up in a situation where you're like, what happened here? Why did I do this? And not to have thought something through, which you may later choose not to do.
And you have a realization, I don't even like this person. I met him in Blackpool, and
I
I
love
think,
Bomber. I
and
bought her a
and I,
kiss me quick hat and a donkey
yeah,
ride.
I love Bonda because I was consumed with sexual desire, and I just
Mm-hmm.
wanted to get to freaking third base, and I had no restraint. And in order to do that, I had to fucking marry her. And fuck, 10 years on, I don't actually like her. In fact, I never liked her. That was a big trade-off to get what I wanted, get my kicks. I had to fucking sacrifice that. Now, I'm not saying that people do that, but it is possible, right?
Is it possible to be sexually attracted to someone and not love them?
I need to get my head around that. Say that again.
Is it possible to be sexually attracted to someone and not love them? Because that's what they're saying in that is love
Yes,
is
yes,
combined with a sexual
yes,
attraction.
yes, it is. Yes.
So you can be sexually attracted to someone, have sex with them, and not fall in love with them.
How? So look, so someone that's really like unbelievably like um aesthetically very attractive,
Mm-hmm.
you could have no feelings of love for them. Is that what you're
Yeah.
saying?
Hmm.
I think that's possible because they could repulse you.
But then you wouldn't want to have sex with them.
No, because they're so ugly in their, not in aesthetically, because they're all beautiful and lovely, but they're just a bit not very nice person. And for that reason, you just would be repelled and repulsed. I think that's possible because I think love is much more deeper than what is on the outside. It's, love is a fucking, it's a groove, man. It's a groove in a record.
Love is a drug.
Yeah, it is, man. Love is many things. Love is many things. I just think we've got to take it out of context. It's this love straight away going to humans and relationships and the other, and it's far greater than that.
Mm.
Far greater, far greater. Do you know I'm doing this training, right?
Yeah.
Online training. And there was a science-based thing on it. And I think it was 14 or 16 feet. I think it's 16 feet. That our heart can be felt from 16 feet away. It has this vibration that can be felt 16 feet away. Now, if you think about that, if you've got hatred in there, you can feel that 16 feet away. Now, don't take my word for this, do your own research. But what was presented to me had that information, and that's by some guy who's a specialist in heart. He was like a heart surgeon, and then he turned into sort of like an alternative dude who, is talking in this realm about heart, about heart connection, heart health, the power of the heart, the purpose of the heart, etc., etc. And I get that. That makes sense to me. You can feel someone's heart vibration 16 feet away.
Yeah, I mean, I totally buy into that. I think it gives, I think we give off an energy whether we understand it or not.
Yeah.
I think, I mean, I think we just like working with the young people I work with and that you work with, but anybody that's come from a situation which is slightly dangerous, i.e., your family unit isn't as uh, coherent and happy as it could be, then you're constantly on the lookout for signs that you might not be safe.
Mm.
And it's the same as meerkats, you know, trying to look see where the next threat is coming from. And you can see it with the young people in the school is they love to climb. And even just from a basic psychological perspective, it's like you need to be high up so you can see more stuff, like the meerkats. The meerkats have someone that's going to go and stand on the mound while the rest of them go and hunt for food. Well, they have someone watching out to check if anyone's gonna come and kill them or eat them. And I think when you're in a situation where you don't feel safe, even if you don't understand it as humans, it means that you have this sense the moment you come into a space of which humans are safe and which humans are not. And um, when you meet somebody with that energy, you go, I know I can trust this person, or I know I can't trust this person. And we have to go on this sort of gut feeling, if you like.
Mm.
And it's that empathetic sort of notion of just like, right, I'm sensing that energy. I'm sensing those heart reverberations, or whatever it is, the aura, whatever, however you want to portray it. But everyone gives off a sort of slightly different energy, and I think it's almost like a smell or a we're not even aware sometimes that we're emitting this sort of message out into the world. And it's only when you become more conscious and more skillful that you learn how to decode it all, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I totally believe that there's something in that sort of 16, is it 16 feet, did you say, or 15 feet?
I think it's 16 feet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it makes sense to me. I mean, you just feel it. Like, I feel you. I always say that to people. I feel you, man.
Mm.
Like, I could be on an empathetic, sympathetic, um, could be trauma bonding, love bonding, it's beautiful. I feel you. That's what it's all about, people. It's like, look around you. People who are struggling out there. Some people might be in touch with it, and some people are just trying to put on a brave face, but we're all on this planet, man. We're all trying to do the same thing. We're all on the same basic core fundamental things. We all want to just be loved. We want to feel loved. We want to feel that we have people in our lives. We don't want to be on our own. And we want to have a good time all of the time. And
But you've got to go to both sides of the bank on your journey
mm,
down the river.
yeah, it's the reality is that it's not just going to be a good time all of the time. Even if you're in Spinal Tap, it ain't going to happen. Look at the drummers. The drummers only had a good time for a little bit at a time before they imploded.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So, look, I'm from that school when I was young of like, like it's almost like getting a love bite was like a rite of passage till you've made it into the
Hmm.
world of love.
Okay.
It's like a nightclub stamp on your hand.
Hmm.
It's like, yeah, I can go to nightclubs now. Do you want to see
Yeah.
where I went last night? I went to this nightclub. Or, I went to this festival.
Yeah. I haven't taken my Glastonbury bracelet off for 6 years.
Yeah. But Love Bite, I distinctly remember anyone at home listening, come on, we've all been there. It was all, in that, and then years of discovery, trying to figure it all out. Love Bites, man. You know, do you not think? It was like this sort of like, yeah, I've made it. Someone likes me enough to fucking leave their mark on me.
Yeah.
Do you not remember that?
Mm.
I
I
mean,
mean,
you know what I
yeah.
mean?
I'm just thinking
Are you with me
again.
on this or not?
I have, my current sort of mindset is like there's some girls that come to our school who and boys. Sorry, it's both of them actually, but particularly there's one girl I can think of. But they come in after a weekend and it's like they've been, I don't know, garroted. It just looks like their neck is just totally bruised. It's
What
horrible.
does garroted mean?
It's like being strangled.
Oh,
So yeah, that's my current sort of, yeah, thinking around love bites. But obviously my own experience of love bites going back to being a kid myself is, yeah, it was one of those things, wasn't it?
yeah, and I'm going to be honest. I was with someone in a relationship and I was a fucker at this point in my life and I was a bastard, a little a little shit, and I went with someone else behind her back. Okay, can own that now. Shitty as it is, but that's part of my learning curve. And I remember this girl purposely, because she knew I was with anyway. She purposely got her fangs into me and gave me a real freaking serious one on my neck.
Nice.
And I was like, don't, like, all of that. Do you know what I did? Do you know what I did?
Did you wear a scarf for
No,
midsummer?
no,
A cravat? What did you
no.
do?
I wore a fucking proper like the roll neck jumpers, like literally every day. And I managed to, like, somehow, I managed to get away with it.
Hmm.
Not that I'm proud of that. That's fucking shit. Love bites, man. Yeah, what a swine. What a fucker, eh? Karma. I paid my karma for that one.
Yeah.
And big part of my making amends and correcting the formative years in the life and the person that I used to once be was to, own it and to do better, to correct that sort of attitude and behavior.
and not
because
to give any more love bites.
it doesn't yield good karma. It doesn't. It's not good. I never felt good. Things like that never made me feel good. You know, someone loved me. Someone really fucking adored me, and I went and did that. Now, getting back to the Blackpool tipsy malarkey, that had a big part of it. That was a big part of that behaviour, my conduct, my inappropriate, dishonest, deceitful conduct. On the surface layer, substance misuse, alcohol consumption, where my inhibitions and my attitude was impaired. And I was like, fuck it, fuck it. Right? But underlying that was a low self worth, a lack of self love. Hurt people, hurt people. So I had a lot to learn. And I was about 21, 22 when that happened. And needless to say, you know, it wasn't the first, it wasn't the last time I did that. But I soon, well, not soon, I eventually got to a point where I had so much self-loathing. Because that sort of behavior, that conduct, that misconduct of how I was representing myself, how I was going into the world and what I was putting out into the world was what it was like that chicken and egg thing.
Hmm.
I don't like myself much. I don't like my behavior and the things I do much. And I don't like how it makes me feel. So guess what? I'm gonna fucking numb on it. I'm gonna use whatever I can to fucking deny and suppress the fact that I'm a fucking asshole. So I'm just gonna just fucking it fueled my fucking addictions, my self medication to avoid taking responsibility for fucking looking at some shit and facing myself, the person I didn't like, and having to do a bit of work to improve it so I could be a better human being and actually put some good shit out into the world. Kudos to me. But like, you know, that's important. You know, we're talking about love. And I used to say to this person when she said, I love you, Dave. And I'd be like, yeah, I love you too. But what I was doing, how is that loving someone? How is that loving myself? That's just me paying lip service. I was yet to connect I didn't know what love was. Because I'm gonna really get real now. Because early life, I wasn't, I didn't have a blueprint for what a healthy love looks like. Didn't have a healthy fucking, you know, the lens through which I observed my world at a young age wasn't accurate. I didn't have, you know, the Disney love version, that we all know so well, whether it's rom-coms or fucking Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs or whatever. I didn't have that in my actual life.
You didn't have seven dwarfs following you around, is
I
that what you're
fucking
saying?
wish I had. I had seven Smurfs. I definitely had, I think I had more than seven Smurfs in my collection. So I guess I did have some little fellas knocking around. And the only Snow White I ever fucking knew was cocaine, which is a big part of the problem.
Yep.
That fueled a lot of fucking misconduct. Any of you cokeheads out there, you know exactly what I'm fucking talking about, you fiends. Is it possible to be a cokehead and not be a fiend? Not sure about that. Not sure about that.
No.
Not passing judgment, but coke is not a very, it's a loveless drug actually, to be fair. not like ecstasy.
Full of self-hate.
Ecstasy, man. Ecstasy was an artificial synthetic love drug. That was my introduction to love, really. Like a real true sense of what I feel love would be is when I used to take ecstasy. Fucking hell, I was consumed with love. Hugging trees, hugging fucking all sorts of things. Be walking home at night, be like lying on the grass, trying to give the grass a hug, you know? But then that leaves you, that feeling, and then you're just left with hatred, self-hatred. Are we all just chasing, like, I'm using ecstasy for a moment here, but are we all chasing love? Like no different to love drugs like ecstasy, where you're just chasing love. And then when you don't feel you're attaining it and you can't get it, whether it's from yourself, I'm chasing love for myself or I'm chasing love in the other. And then when I don't feel like I'm doing all I can to fucking feel like I'm getting love, but I just don't feel it.
Mhm.
And I feel like I'm depleted and all I feel is empty and there's a void. Is that possible? Well, I'm answering that myself. Yeah, it is possible because that's how
Mm.
I felt. And I could love bomb everything and everyone around me, but feel so depleted. And I think ecstasy is a metaphor for that. You know, have a pill, have a pill, have a tablet, have an E. I'll have an E. Just throwing them around to everyone. Please, just one love. Let's all just love each other. Yet at the end of the day, it, I'm not connecting to a true, pure sense of what that actually is. It's synthetic. And the more I try and grasp it and hold on to it, the more I chase it, the further it goes away from me, and the more I'm just left with myself feeling empty, depleted, and loveless. That's a big part of my journey.
Yeah, I think it's. I think it's. We do everything we can to escape the reality. It, you know, it's really easy to not be present because to be present is to acknowledge the good and the bad and where you are and who you are. And I think both of us have had journeys where there's been a lot of self-loathing, self-hate, and not a lot of self-love. Um,
Speak for yourself. No, Jane.
and it's when you get to a point where you realize what self-love actually looks like, and without it being too woo-woo, too yeah,
So,
just to love each other, love everyone. It's not as simple as that.
so do you want to give us some examples? What is your interpretation of that? I'm putting you on the spot now. What is love? What does it look like?
Um, my definition of love, my strongest feeling of love would be for my children.
Mm.
So I know that is an unconditional love that would be they could pretty much do anything and I would still worship the ground they walked on because
Mm.
they are two incredible human beings.
Unconditional.
Just yeah, as far as I'm concerned, they're the greatest thing ever. So
Your greatest creation.
yeah.
They are.
But I also now uh, know that I think that I'm worth something as well, which I don't think I did in the past. So that idea of what love looks like for me and what I how I take care of myself is important.
Yeah.
And I'm when I am tired and distracted and not really focusing on it, then it's very easy for me to not do the things that I know will make me feel good and to
Mm.
give myself that love. So yeah, I And I don't think you can give love to anyone else until you are really loving yourself. So I think as a parent and as a father, I'm a much better father now than I was 20 years ago because I wasn't conscious of myself.
Mm.
So yeah, it's that journey. It's that
Yeah,
journey of life that you go on
yeah,
and you work it out as you go along. There's no
yeah,
rule book.
yeah. I love that. It's beautiful. Thanks for sharing that. I'm just going to get back to that 16 foot because I want to finish on this. I feel like we're
Go on.
coming to a completion with this because we can go around and around. There's so many branches. It's just, this is, you could do the whole podcast just on this every episode and just go in different directions, right?
Yeah.
So, to cap it for me, I'm going to get back to that 16-foot thing. I believe, no, I know that I have this organ inside of my body, which is the heart, which
Mhm.
pumps blood around. It's like a filter. It regulates. It can slow um, your system down. It can speed it up. It has a lot of. It's powerful. The heart is powerful. It can expand. It can detract. Now, my experience of the heart, the organ, is that I used to do a lot of things to damage it because I didn't l- have a sense that I was looking after it. So I was damaging it, smoking, drinking, doing drugs, my diet, health has a big part of that. I see a lot of junk food. I'm not perfect, but I used to eat a lot of fucking shit. Not rested, too much stress, just everything karmically, all of my behavior, my attitudes, everything. My heart is sensitive as an organ,
Mhm.
but it's much more than that. You know, I feel like there's an extension of this heart, the organ, and I think it just sort of it expands so much more than that, more than 16 feet, you know, and I feel like my head, this sort of operating system that I've got in between my ears, my mind, the consciousness, wherever that exists in my body, I feel like it's all interlinked, heart, my mind consciousness, even my gut consciousness, that gut intuition. It's all it's all alive and vibrating at a frequency that I've dialed into and a lot of what I think, a lot of what I feel, and a lot of what I do and how I be, my being, you know. It's all affected. It's all part of the same energy that I put out into the world. And I feel like this podcast is a way of me being able to channel a lot of that. Some of it is love, some of it is compassion, some of it is empathy, some of it is um, stress, anxiety, some of it is frustration, some of it is hope, some of it is strength, courage. You know, there's all sorts of things popping in. Not too much fear. Don't like to feel like I've got too much fear. I don't know if I'm making sense. It makes sense to me.
Yeah,
And
that does.
and I feel like me talking about things, and expressing myself, it just helps everything just it's almost like a culture. In biophysics, the culture, like in a yogurt, a culture in society, a culture in the wilds of nature. It's either healthy or it's not. And it's like, what are we doing? What am I doing to nurture, cultivate, sustain, nourish the culture, the living biosystem that is my fucking being? And I'm an amalgamation of many things, many parts. And my heart is part of that. It's a big part of that. So there's work to do. always comes back to that. There's work to do to maintain it. And as long as I do that, I'm going to have a healthy ecosystem, culture, biosystem, being. And I think like it's evident to me that I'm able to use this incredible apparatus that I've got in this human form. And it goes far, far, far overreaching than just this body form. You know, it's like the spirit for which I live, my energy for which I express myself in this body through my living consciousness. It's evident that it's powerful. I can literally do things in a really fucking great way if I'm conscious of doing it in a very good way. And if I'm subconscious, unconscious, I've not got so much influence on the good stuff. I might start doing things that aren't good. But I've got that in my old life. You know, that's the formative act one. I've done that. I already know how that one plays out. I know what that feels like. I know where that ended. Don't need to do that again. I've learned. So I did some work, changed it. And now I'm doing it in a different way. And I've got a lot of evidence that shows me that we are very powerful human beings. We are very, very powerful human beings. We've just got to get dialed in and correct some behaviors, attitudes, mindsets, conduct. It's a choice.
Yep.
Always a choice. Always a choice. That's what I think. I know it was deep.
It's
Made
beautiful.
sense to me, man.
No, I like that. It's good.
Love is a superpower, man.
Yep.
Yeah. Love is a superpower. Got anything to add?
No, I think that's the nice way to end.
Okay. All right. Well, on that note, to anyone listening, I love you. I really do. I might have met some of you. Maybe one day I will. And I'll never meet some of you. But there's love in my heart for you, man. So fucking take it. Don't deny it. Take it. Should we end it?
Let's end it.
Okay. See you next time.
Take care. Love you, Dave.
I love you too, Ben. See you later.